It's Woman Crush Wednesday, and of course, the best way to start the morning is with your two women crushes, Diana Master and Aina Raiza on your favorite morning talk show. This is, of course, Smell the Coffee. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Can't complain.
Can't complain.
It's Wednesday.
Taking it one day at a time.
Tomorrow is our last day.
Yeah, for the week.
For the week.
Don't say our last day and then just end it. They need to give context, because what if we just step out tomorrow and then we die?
Oh, like but not. I
You need
don't
to
mean
specify.
tomorrow is the last day of Smell the Coffee. I just mean of the week
Of
of
the
us
week.
bringing you the show, because
Yes.
on Friday you're always in the capable hands of Glenora Shipura, and she takes you, you know,
Out and about.
yes, out and about around the city and so forth and so on.
And so forth and so forth.
You know, one of my previous lecturers, she would say a sentence. It was government studies.
Yeah.
So she would say, a government studies is a study of institutions that are run by us as the government, and so forth and so on.
And so forth and so on.
Yeah, and then she would say
Interesting.
something else. So in today's class, we are going to discuss public policy and so forth and so on. And that used to be like all I could remember from her
ETC.
is so forth and so on. It
et
never
cetera,
continued
et
and so
cetera.
forth.
Yeah. So there's a video that I came across yesterday, and I want to ask you, what weighs heavier, 1 kg of steel or 1 kg of feathers,
1 kg of steel,
or 1 kg of feathers?
feathers as in
Yeah, like feathers, like
feathers of steel, of which I guess.
Chomi, it's 1 kg
Uh-huh.
of steel and 1 kg of feathers.
How big is 1 kg? Let's start
They're
there.
on the scale, so it's 1 kg. They weigh the same.
Same. Oh no, I'm looking at it I'm looking at it based on, like, if I'm carrying it, which
But it's
one
the 1
would,
kg.
which one would be heavier?
But they're both 1 kg, so they weigh exactly the same.
Still,
I will not lie, that also tripped me up. For a second, I was like, wait,
Whoa.
1 kg of steel, 1 kg of feathers. And then I thought about it, and then I was like, but if they're on a scale, they weigh exactly
They'll be
the
the
same,
same.
because they're both 1 kg. But a lot of people were saying, well, obviously, 1 kg of feathers will weigh more. And some were saying, but obviously 1 kg of steel
Steel would weigh
will
more.
weigh more because steel is heavier. And it's like, we are missing the question.
oh, the question is on the scale, not in real life.
But even in real life, if you had to pick up 1 kg of feathers and 1 kg of steel,
steel.
it would be exactly the same. It's just that maybe
Isn't
with
steel
steel
heavier? Steel
It's
should
just
be
that-
heavier.
No, that's the thing that tripped people up. The heavier. There's no heavier. They weigh exactly the same. So it's kind of like if you were to use weights, right? And if you were to like push, I can hear arguments in the studio going on right now. What weighs heavier? And that's the funniest thing ever. But like, it's just that a bag, 1 kg of feathers would probably be like a bigger bag, because you have to have way more.
Yes.
Whereas with steel, it'll probably just be like maybe like a kettlebell. Yeah. So it won't be. I guess that's what trips people up.
I'm confused still. I'm still on the heavier topic.
There's no heavier. It weighs exactly the same.
I understand, but still it's heavy, guys. There is no way feathers could weigh the same as steel. It's just
They don't weigh the same, but
But-
if we are using it in quantity, if we're quantifying it and we have 1 kg of steel and 1 kg of
the
feathers,
number on paper is equal because it's 1 and 1. But the heaviness, if you are to lift that 1 kg up of feathers and the other one.
Okay, wait, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen someone who's like skinny, and then you see someone who's like a bit on the chubbier side, but they step on the scale
And they are
both
both
weigh
45
exactly,
kg, yeah.
and it's basically the same.
No, but the one who's chubbier would be heavier.
They would weigh 45 kgs on the scale.
Yeah, on the scale, but in real life, they would be heavy. No. Okay, please do engage us. I don't know, realistically.
Oh, wow, what an argument. Yes, let us know what is your take. What weighs heavier, 1 kg of steel or 1 kg of feathers? I say they're exactly the same.
On
because
paper, they are the same.
even in real
But
life,
realistically, Aibo.
But anyway, we'll take a quick ad break and get into our top stories when we come back.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Today, we are not necessarily bringing you a top story, but we are bringing you a study. The surprisingly unexpected sign that a woman is a psychopath, and this is according to a study. Remorseless female psychos never blush. A surprising new study published by the Archives of Sexual Behavior has uncovered that lady psychopaths are less likely to wear makeup. Scholars from the University of Sao Paulo asked 1,410 Brazilian women about their cosmetics usage across different social contexts, including at home, on a first date, in a business meeting, and at the gym. The volunteers were subsequently asked to complete surveys to measure their dark triad traits: Machiavellianism, narcissism, and psychopathy. The researchers found that women who regularly wore lots of makeup scored highly on the narcissism scale. Conversely, however, women who scored highly on the psychopathy scale were less likely to put on lipstick, eyeliner, and blush in all social situations. While the findings may initially appear unexpected, they are perhaps unsurprising, given that psychopaths are generally unbothered by how they are perceived by others. These findings underscore the nuanced relationship between makeup usage and personality. The study authors stated, saying that women who wore lots of makeup were also found to be more agreeable in most social contexts. The findings come just 3 months after a separate study uncovered another sign that could indicate you're in the company of a lady loon. Academics from the University of New Mexico found female psychopaths are more likely to move their heads when they talk. Nonverbal behaviors such as head dynamics represent an important yet understudied form of communication that may enhance our ability to detect certain forms of psychopathology, including psychopathy, said study authors. Surprisingly, female psychopaths are more common than most would think. Clive Body, an Anglia Ruskin University professor who specializes in corporate psychopathy, recently suggested that female psychopaths likely go unnoticed due to societal gender bias.
Yeah. Okay. So women psychopaths
don't wear, well, women that wear less makeup are more likely to be psychopaths, basically.
Based on what are these
Based
studies?
on the study.
I know, but
based on 1,410 Brazilian women, to be specific.
It's not accurate. You can't just say because somebody wears less makeup.
No, but obviously it's not just like a study that they did to say, okay, do you wear makeup? No. Okay, you're a psychopath. Okay. It's they obviously have like you've done research, you have your masters, so you know the amount of data that goes into like the research and the questions and the samples and the questions, the ridiculous amount of questions that they ask, some that are very, very personal, you know. So I'm assuming because of that, who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. How much would you pay for a nursery?
That's a trick question. As much as I need. As much as, I don't know, there's no amount. I cannot put a price on my aesthetics. Never.
Not like a nursery in your house for your baby, but you sending your child to a nursery.
Oh, no, I do not have a limit. If they ask me 10K,
you will pay?
I would pay 10K. Of course, it needs to be justified. You need to tell me why I'm paying 10K.
Okay. A mother, just like Diana, has revealed how much she pays for just 6 days for a nursery and joked that her daughter hasn't even started yet, but she already got the bill. Children care in the UK is notoriously expensive. even with the number of free allocated hours awarded to parents by the government. According to Day Nurseries, a nursery advisory website, the average cost of putting a child in a nursery part-time in the UK was around about €8,194 in 2024, up from 7,729 in 2023. Sharing on TikTok, first-time mama Emily from Manchester told viewers, "Just had my first invoice from Hailey's nursery." Clutching a glass of wine, she just said that she had not started this school yet. Revealing the exact cost, she added sarcastically that 6 days, €516. Cheers to that. She looked shocked and she laughed and said that this is the best of it. The invoice was issued today and needs to be paid in 3 days. Isn't that a little bit expensive? Why would I pay 8,000
euros a year?
Not a year, monthly.
8,000 euros per month.
Yes.
I would pay that. No questions. If I had the capacity,
Oh,
I
it's
definitely.
expensive.
Okay, but hear me out. This is why I say it
And
needs to be.
part-time.
But this is why
Part-time,
I
I'm
say
assuming it's 3 hours, 4 hours, but you're paying 8,000.
it's like half day.
It's a half day, but you're paying 8,000.
But you see, that's the thing with countries like, especially the UK. Like she said, childcare is extremely expensive. So that's why most parents just prefer to send their kids to like daycare and stuff, because getting a nanny and that's even more expensive. But again, it needs to be justified. You need to tell me why I'm paying 8,000. Because what if they have state-of-the-art facilities? And to be honest with you, if I had the capacity, I would only want the absolute best for my child, like the absolute. Because that time maybe they even have like a sick bay with doctors and nurses that have PhDs, and obviously these teachers are, I don't know, they have PhDs in child education and whatnot. So you do have to ask, okay, why am I paying this much as compared to?
It's still ridiculous for me. I don't care whether you have doctors, professors.
You're investing in your child's education.
Nah, fam, it's expensive. Like a baby who's only going to paint and eat.
It's Montessori, okay? It's Montessori,
no, sweetie.
And what
it's
and
too
what
expensive.
and what? No, for me, to be honest with you, I would do my research, find out what exactly they're offering in that 8K. If it's not worth 8K, then obviously I would look elsewhere, or probably do homeschooling, things like that.
But nonetheless, after the break, we rather go to Speak Easy, a restaurant at the village that has opened up.
Today we are at my favorite place in the whole wide world. Yes, we are at the bar where beer is as cold as all our exes. But that's not what we are here to talk about. We are here to talk about all things the Village Garden. And I am joined by Dean, and he's going to tell us exactly what happens at the Village Garden, while also making me a drink or 1,000. I'm sure I can take 1,000. Dean, how you doing?
I'm good in yourself, Aina. Thank you guys so much for being here today. So right now we are in the latest edition of the Village Garden called the Speak Easy, which is our secretive little cocktail bar over here.
Nice.
And I am going to be treating you to a Manhattan here this evening.
Love.
Indeed. So it's essential to really keep everything nice and cold. So that coldness gives you the flavors in your drink. So anything warm, if you had a warm beer before, it's not a vibe.
Yeah, it's not a vibe.
Same thing applies to the cocktails. So we want to keep it nice and chill to really accentuate those flavors.
I love it. Let's talk about the name Speak Easy before we get into our whole conversation. I'm wondering, is this the place where we just have soft chats? Everything is just easy. Where does the name derive from? Speak Easy.
So glad you asked. It's The Speakeasy is embedded in the history of the 1920s in America,
Wow.
where during the times of probation, alcohol was banned, right? And there were these secretive little bars that popped up all over the major cities in America. And in order to gain access, you usually had to know a password, and then also you didn't want to be detected by the police or anything like that, so you had to speak easy.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Well,
So we didn't, exactly, nice and easy.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to be this loud, flamboyant, rambunctious bar. We want to be classy, you know? We want to be the Speakeasy.
Love that.
So this is where the inspiration comes from.
Okay, tell us about the services that you offer here.
So we are predominantly a cocktail bar,
Okay.
and we do quite a selection of cocktails. On Saturday, we will actually be launching our official cocktail menu here at the
Nice.
Speakeasy. So that's Saturday, the 31st of August, and we're gonna have over 25 cocktails on our menu.
nice.
So our professional bartenders, Rosa and Eddie, will be entertaining everyone here that evening. And just to get the ball rolling, we will be giving everyone 50% discount on all cocktails for the night. There'll be a live jazz musician here with a saxophone, so it's going to
Nice. It's gonna be a good vibe.
be proper.
All right. So before I move on to my next question, what's your favorite cocktail ever? What do you like to make? Is this the one that you're making for me, or is it something else?
So it's something else for me personally. I mean, the Manhattan really is a classic.
Yeah.
This is why it's essential to have this on the Speakeasy selection. But I mean, we live in a hot climate.
Yeah.
So generally things that are nice, refreshing, these are the things I go for. And this is one of my personal favorites. I've got to say, is a mojito. A
also love a
mojito just
mojito as
it hits the
well.
spot every single time. But recently, caipirinha has also, it's a sort of a Brazilian play on a mojito, which is also really, really good.
Awesome stuff. All right, let's talk about the Opera House. So what type of events do you accommodate, and how often do you have events there?
So the Opera House is a multifunctional venue. We have a huge variety of events that we can host here. I mean, we've done everything from film screenings to art exhibitions to workshops and conferences to debates and talks, networking events, but also personal functions, birthdays, intimate celebrations.
Weddings, maybe.
Wedding even, yeah. Actually, it
yes.
makes a great little wedding venue to do the main ceremony in. So yeah, it's really, it can accommodate up to 100 people if seated cinema style, but then comfortably anything up to, whatever, 30, 40, 50 people onwards, yeah.
Okay, let's say I want to host my wedding at this beautiful venue. Do you offer decor, or do I have to, get extra services to come and do my decor for me?
That's a great question. So, I mean, we have a dedicated events team here run by the amazing Chichi and Robin, and they are really able to offer a wide array of services. So we have certain service providers that we work with. We can help source decor elements, we can help source musicians, we can obviously offer the catering here, so we really can take you A to Z to your wedding, but we also don't mind working with other people. Yeah.
All I need to do is just ka-ching, ka-ching.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
All I need to do is pay up. I understand you also have bedrooms here for, investors, innovators, business people who come in and out of Namibia, or maybe even for locals. Tell us about that offering.
Sure. So we have some rooms here called the Village Suites. We've actually recently revamped and renovated them, so they are looking better than ever. And these really can accommodate anything from a short-term stay, whether it be a tourist or a local coming in for a night or two and need a place to sleep, or even people who want to come in for longer trips. I mean, we've had diplomats and business people staying for 2-3 months on occasion as need be. So the unit is self-catering, but there are 6 different restaurants to choose from here in the complex, so people really are spoiled for choice when staying here.
And how much are the bedrooms? Do they vary in price, or do you have like a standard price for everything?
Our single rooms are 1,800 per night for the room, and the double rooms are 2,600 for the night.
Okay. You know, when you walk into the village, there is this beautiful space, seating space, where there are beautiful chairs, where if I'm having a meal here, I can utilize that space. I wonder if that space is also available for, you know, people who want to host events there. Let's say I don't want to use the Opera House. Can I be able to utilize the outside space for events?
Of course. I mean, so one of the unique selling features that we have here at the village is the fact that we are under these huge, beautiful trees. It really is a pristine outdoor venue, and we have multiple spaces which are available to host functions. I mean, we have under the trees, we have the pergola, we have our sundowner deck. But for those who really have the kaching, they can rent out the entire venue. We can close to the public and really cater to your private function needs.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay, and then my second last question to you is, you have a very full calendar in terms of the events that you host for Village Garden Inn, not for outsiders, but for your own, you know, business purposes. What can we expect from the village?
So yes, I mean, as you've touched there, we not only host events, but we also organize our own events. So I mean, we have a weekly Sunday market here on the property, which is packed full of local vendors, local products, live music. It's a really good atmosphere. Once a month we run the Good Food Market here. Our next edition will actually be tomorrow, this Friday, the 30th of August, with a theme, actually, the Speakeasy. So, you know, those who are so inclined can dress in their 1920s flair and style.
And the outfits must also easily speak.
They must be. Yes, exactly. And I mean, but we also host like networking events. We have a series here called It Takes a Village, where we bring together young professionals who talk about their inspirations, their mentors, and their goals and things like this, to really create a platform for people to share ideas as well, which I think is very much needed here. And we have held cocktail making classes, we've held brandy nights here, we're going to have meet and mingle sessions, so there's a lot coming up, so people really need to keep their eyes peeled on our social medias under either the Village Garden or the Speakeasy Windhoek.
Okay. Apart from social media, what other marketing strategies do you employ then to make sure the word is out there and everybody knows that the village is where it's at?
I mean, so first and foremost, this is Windhoek. Windhoek has its communities, tight-knit circles, so word of mouth is a powerful tool, and we really want to become front and center in people's minds when they think about where do I go, what do I do, you know, there's always something happening here at the village. But beyond that, you know, we have mailing lists, we've got a website, the Village Windhoek, we are on radio, but we also believe in old school physical posters and things like this, so we have a notice board here on the property, which really is a showcasing of everything that's happening here on an ongoing basis.
Nice. And finally, Dean, walk us through your business hours.
So yes, so the Village Garden is open Monday to Sunday, 7 days a week, from 7:30 in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then the Speakeasy is then open up in the evenings from Tuesday to Sunday from 3 o'clock till late. So it's only Monday afternoons and evenings that we are closed. The rest of the time you can find us here.
All right, Dean, thank you so much for joining us on My.NA Property. Thank you for treating me so well. You are such a good host.
You're most welcome.
I almost said cheers to you, but I think you can cheers to the bottle.
Dangerous stuff. Let's go.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has.
Well, right after this, we're heading to the Speakeasy because, as you know what they say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. From Diana Master and Aina Raizakoya, we'll see you again tomorrow.